What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mullet Man episode. Rainy day here in Texas. Looks like we have like the next week full of rain, so I figured I'd do a little vlog style video, a how-to video here in the office, and gonna be doing a lot of bow shooting in the indoor range this week. Got my new Bowtex dialed in, got those set up. I got a video coming out of those, setting those bows up, dialing them in, and then obviously going to do a lot of practice before elk season gets here. But we're getting to towards the end of turkey season here in Texas, and I know a lot of other states are still just getting into it. So I figured for the Texas guys, or if you're in another state and you killed a turkey this year, we'll do a little how-to video of how to mount your fan, your beard, and then I'm going to try the feet this year. So normally what I do is I take the spurs and I cut them off, and then I make these little beard, whatever you want to call them, and hang them up with the spurs that goes with the turkey. Right here, and I got a couple in the freezer still that I haven't done. These are spurs off of a rooster, but just a yard bird. So, and then the fans, I have them hanging up all over the office. Kind of got them spread out everywhere, but show you how I do my fans. It's super simple, and you don't need anything but a knife and I use a little wire brush. You can use any wire brush that you have. You don't have to use a wire brush either. You can get away with just scraping it with a knife, but it's a lot easier with the wire brush. Then you're gonna want some borax. So super simple process, but I figured while it's raining, I'll give you all a little quick video of how to mount your turkeys at home. So I'm gonna get everything set up. Y'all stay tuned, and leave it in the comments if you enjoy videos like this. So I've had these fans in the freezer. They're actually still kind of thawing out, but still workable. But first I'm gonna try I got 3 fans here that I'm gonna do today, and I'm gonna try the spurs out. So I'm gonna do the spurs here in this box. I've never done this before, and I've seen a few people do it, so I'm going to try it out and see how well it actually works. So I got my knife, got some legs down here. Sorry, not the spurs, the actual leg itself. So these were in the freezer as well, and I dipped them in some borax. And you're going to want to keep applying borax through the process of them drying. But basically what you do is get your foot in whatever position you want. So I'm going to use this box to kind of hold them up in position, but I want them to kind of lay like that. So what I'm going to do is cut some holes in this box and zip tie them. Zip tie these legs in here to where they'll stay and dry in that place, so that way whenever they're dry you can take them out and they will stand up on your desk or wherever you want them. So I'm just going to pop some holes in here like that. And we'll take our zip tie, run it through the box, get this guy how we want it. Just like that. And we'll run it through that other side. We're gonna get this pretty tight to where we can work with it. I saw a lot of people do this on screwed some wood together and just like at a 90-degree angle and do it that way, but I figured a cardboard box would work just as good. It's not like it's holding anything super strong or fighting against it. So I got that down, and then I'm gonna put one more zip tie around that middle toe. So we'll poke a hole. So just like that, we have one foot in. I'm gonna get the other foot. We'll put it in, and then, like I said, just every couple days, put some more borax on the top. And supposedly, you want to hang them upside down. So I'm going to hang this box upside down. So any liquid that is in there, or fluids that are in there, it can kind of drain out. I'm not really sure how the process works, but we're just going to trust the process and hope that it works. So get that one in there. So there you have it. There's your turkey feet, turkey legs, and I'm gonna go hang this upside down out in the shop and I guess in a couple of weeks we'll check back in and see how they did. I don't know how long it actually takes, but I'm guessing about a week or two in this hot climate that we have down here in Texas. This is how I take care of my beards after I cut them off the turkey. I just put them in a little bowl of borax and put them up on the gun safe or the counter and let them dry out. I'll show you how I make those things over there, but I need to let these dry out for a week or so. I let them sit in there. You can let them sit in there as long as you want. It's not going to do any harm to them, but I'm gonna let those sit in that borax for a while. On to the turkey fan. This is a super easy process, guys. Got me a new Schrade knife. I'm gonna try it out. It's super sharp. So on these turkey fans, when you cut them off your turkey, there's a lot of feathers that aren't going to be needed. So all these back feathers you're going to want to take off. You can kind of just spread them with your hand and then cut them off down here in the back. Any meat that you see on this fan you're going to take off. And don't be afraid to go through a little bit of cartilage that you hear or see. That's not going to hurt anything. See, there's a lot of meat. All those feathers in the back, you're not going to need it all. So we'll cut those off. And then how I do my fans, I only keep these, I don't know what they're called. I know there's a term for them, but the feathers that stay up against the fan. So these secondary feathers before your big fan, actual fan feathers. So everything else I take off. So it looks like for the most part that's what I'm taking off. So same as the back, you just take your knife and cut these right off. Just like that. So now you're left with a nice fan, pretty fan. So there's a few feathers that I can still take off of there, but you can see now what you got to work with. So you can see all of your feathers that you're gonna be working with. So now what you want to do, it's pretty tedious, but you want to come in here and trim off all this meat, and you can really take off a lot more than you think you can. So just come in here and start trimming away, and then after you get all the meat off that you can, that's where your little wire brush comes in handy, because you want to get all the meat and this yellow fat. It's in between all these big feathers, so you really want to get all that stuff off of there so you don't have to worry about anything rotting or ruining your nice turkey fan. So I don't know if y'all could see there or not, but there's a big, it's like a little bone in there in the middle. And if you take that off, you can access a lot more of this meat, and it's a lot easier to spread your turkey fan out evenly. It doesn't try to bind up on you there in the middle. So I'm just gonna scrape all this, and you're gonna wanna, once you get all this fat and meat off, I'll show you what we do, but you're gonna need borax or some kind of drying agent that keeps this, that gets all the moisture out of these feathers once you get them all nice and cleaned up. So I'm pretty much to the point, we're almost in need of the wire brush. So when I get to this point, what I like to do is take my knife, and you're just gonna you don't want to cut them off, but you want to cut just like you're cutting a rack of ribs, and cut in between each feather, each base of the feather. You want to cut in between, that way your wire brush can do the rest of the work. So both sides, you kind of score it up just like Now, we're ready for our little wire brush. Like I said, you can use a big wire brush, but I like this little one. It's a perfect little size. So you just want to spread them apart and get in there in between each feather and scrape all that yellow fat out as much as you can. So I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but this is what it looks like when you get to this point. Then all the feathers start to separate and you can see where that fat is building up. You're just gonna want to spend a little time on it and scrape as much of this fat off as possible. You can even see back here that there's more meat that I can cut off. It really exposes everything for you to see what's all down there. Now we got it all scraped up. You can see in between all the feathers. That's, you don't have to get it perfect. You're never gonna get it all. So I grabbed a bunch of little nails. You want a piece of cardboard or a piece of wood that you can spread your fan out on and not have to use it because you're gonna let this sit for. I let mine sit for a while. So what I do is take a nail. You want to pin down one side just like that, and then you'll stretch the other side to where that fan is spread out nice like it should be. And then I'll pin down this side just like that. I may have it spread out just a little too much. There we go. Bring it in just a hair. Just like that. One thing that I didn't do that I'm going to take it apart and redo, you want to put borax underneath it all before you do all that. So right where all that meat and fat and stuff is going to be, you just want to put you a nice little mound of borax, just like that. And if you don't know what borax is, you can get it at any dollar store or Walmart. So we're going to place our turkey fan right there on that borax and do the same thing. Pin one side. And get the other just like that. So now our turkey fan is nice and spread out, and I leave mine drying flat, and then you want to put another mound of borax on this side. And all this does is just take all the moisture out and dry it up and keep it from rotting. So just like that. And now my cardboard, I have it to where it'll keep everything flat. So I'm gonna go lay this out in the shop where it can stay flat, and then I'll get to working on these other fans. I'm back, church with the family, and I'm back. So I just wanted to explain a little more on how I finish these turkey fans out. So I've tried all kinds of stuff, silicone, I've even done JB weld, and then I even have some that don't have anything, like this one right here. It's just dried up from the borax, and it looks great, as you can see. So this one I did silicone, and as you can tell, it's terrible. It's just, I don't even know why I have it on there. Well, didn't know it was that bad, but silicone does not work. You want to use some kind of bond, like bonding material. This stuff is really good. It's just like Autobond stuff. And then the JB Weld, it worked, and it is super, it's like rock hard, obviously. So you can kind of find whatever you have laying around the house or the shop, or you can just go to your local hardware store and pick up something there's a lot of things that'll work. So, and then as far as the beards go, I did a video on it last year. Y'all can go check that out. But all I do is use hot glue, these little beads you get at Hobby Lobby, and then just any kind of rope that you can use that these beads will slide over. And then you just basically use hot glue and glue the string to the base of the beard, and then put your beads on. And then if you want to put spurs on there, you just cut your spurs off the feet and slide them. They're pretty much hollow inside when you cut their legs, so you can just slide that string right through and hang the spurs just like that. So hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I know it was short, just wanted to get something out to you guys. And it's still raining outside, so headed down to the coast and gonna do some fishing down there. Have some exciting stuff working with Haney boats, so y'all stay tuned for those videos. But until next time, if y'all want to support the channel, go to mulletman.net. Shirts, hats, hoodies, spices, and Mulletman Bait Co. baits. Until next time, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and remember, eat good.